Show Land, and welcome to another episode of the G Show Podcast. I am G1, and this is the Godzilla Block Party. And when I'm talking about a block party today, it is lit here in G Show Studios because the family is back together. Oh my God, I'm extremely happy today, especially for this particular podcast because, again, the family's back together. Joining me as always, G73, my partner in crime. What's up, brother?
Oh, wait, you talking to me?
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh, hi, everyone. How are you all doing, world?
Joining us again, second time in a row. Hopefully he continues to do this. We've got Sean. What's up, my brother?
What's up, guys? I'm glad to be here once again.
Making his triumphant return to the Godzilla Block Party. You know, because he don't like doing double duties anymore. My right-hand man on the G Show page, G95. What's up, my brother?
It's me. I'm back.
You're back here. We're going to go tomorrow. Again, we've got a lot of things to talk about, but we'll save that for tomorrow and this for today. And ladies and gentlemen, making a most welcomed return to the Godzilla Block Party, my favorite woman in the fandom. You know her as the first lady of the G Show. We know her as Final Goji. Maybe that was backwards, but it really doesn't matter. Lindsay is back on the podcast. Ma'am, I miss you so much, wild lady. What's up?
I'm great, guys. It's great to be back.
Yes, because Lindsay's here. We're going to scrap what we originally had intended, and we're just going to do the Mega Gearus review right now, because I think this is the only time.
It's been far too long, and I've missed everyone.
Yeah, I'm glad we're all back together. I really am. I am happy. And, of course, talking Godzilla, which brought us all together in the first place. Speaking of, let's get right into it. There's been a ton of things that's dropped over the past month. There's been a couple of things that's dropped over the past week. Not everything had to do with Godzilla. Some of it did. But this particular podcast, we're going to focus a bit on trailers. And not necessarily kaiju trailers, even though, yeah, kind of. But let's just get this out of the way first. Let's start with the Godzilla topic and then work our way into the juicier items of the week.
Alrighty.
G73, you had a question? You had a question? Go ahead, ask the question.
Yeah,
and then
I didn't know if you were going to ask it or whatnot, but...
go ahead, man.
I was watching this video sent to me about the Godzilla anime, and during it was translated into English subtitles and stuff, and it was brought by this video channel that does American translated videos, but they are located in Japan. Well, anyways, they were talking about in the video that because they had an interview with everyone from the head executive of TOHO, and he was saying that with the success of Shin Godzilla, they wanted to kind of start using CGI more as their premise of how they designed Godzilla. And with that being said, he said, with the success of Shin Godzilla, we know now basically how we want to set our future of Godzilla, which they were talking about with Godzilla basically being different in certain films or something like that. But my question was, with the success of Shin Godzilla, do we think we are only going to be getting big budget Godzilla films from now on from Toho, since the anime took a lot of money to make and Shin Godzilla took a lot of money to make? It just makes me wonder, are we going to be getting something like how the Millennium series was going, where it was basically just pocket change type films? Or is it going to be something, big budget 2-hour Godzilla films from now on when Toho makes a Godzilla film? And I just thought about that, and I was just wondering what you guys thought, because this obviously seems like some sort of trend. They're not trying to just, sell out Godzilla anymore. They're trying to be very humble and very creative and very respectable to it. Not that the Millennium series wasn't respectful to it, but just what I mean is they're trying to take more time. They're trying to put more effort, trying to make it a little bit more just well thought out and not half-assed, I guess, if you will. So I just wanted to know what the panel thought about that.
Ladies first.
Oh, wow. There's so many things I can talk about right now. In terms of Toho turning towards CGI, I don't really have a problem with it. Sure, I adore Suitmation, Tokatsu, but honestly, if it's done well, like Shin Godzilla was, then I see no problem, going in this direction. I'd rather have a film that isn't copying off of what the original did or just setting up, because that's basically what the Millennium series was. Besides, I guess, Final Wars in a way, it just copied the formula of being a sequel to the original. Anyway, if I would rather see something that's, magnificent and original, as I believe Shin Godzilla was, and something that has care and effort put into it, than, just another repeat of something we've seen before. But on the other hand, there's a trend now in Japan where CGI is being mostly used, towards anime and stuff. But if it's done well, then you can create this interesting atmosphere that I personally appreciate. So let's give an example. The new Batman Ninja trailer. Has anyone seen that?
Yeah, I finally saw that after you mentioned it to me.
Fucking perfect.
Yep.
I can't even describe how happy I am in terms of CGI done right. Now let's give a bad example. Berserk 2016 and 2017. Fuck that. That's an example of CGI gone wrong. I mean, they got the guy to, for the Batman anime, they got the guy who did the anime intro for JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Now, that's a style I can watch in CGI. So there's a way to do it right and a way that is done wrong, which is unfortunately happened to one of my favorite franchises of all time. But other than that, I support the future for CGI. And it's not like Shin Godzilla didn't have all CGI. There was practicality in it. So it's not completely abandoned, but in a way, I still love, old school monster suits. So hopefully they have a hybrid of that in the future.
Sweet. Matt.
Kind of echoing off what Lindsay said, there's a lot of different points to jump off of. Historically, Godzilla movies have almost never been big budget, though. The original was the highest budgeted film in Japanese history at that time, but look at Godzilla's Revenge. That's mostly stock footage.
Yeah.
And same thing with Godzilla versus Gigan. A lot of the fight scenes were pure stock footage. So they were always cutting corners whenever they could. And I think that going the CG route is another way that they could be cutting corners. CG is a more viable option now. They've proved that they can do it pretty well in Shin Godzilla. They've also proved in Shin Godzilla it can be pretty shoddy. So it's kind of a mixed bag, I think. I'm not a fan of the CG that they're using for the Godzilla anime. That's just my personal preference. I prefer the traditional style of anime. But I could see it working in a way that eventually works. But I think they've said that, the anime is going to be a planned trilogy, but it depends on how well this one actually does before, theoretically. So if this one fucking sucks, then it just might be one weird take in Godzilla history. So, there might not be more room for improvement in the animation. That's just my thoughts. But yeah, I think Toho's going to keep churning out Godzilla movies, probably not as frequently as they used to, because they seem to be putting more care into the character, and not just churning it out for, some extra change, like Chase said. But I still don't think we're going to get, high-budgeted films.
Gotcha. Sean.
That's a good point.
Sean, your thoughts? Yeah.
Okay. So, like, I could probably be echoing off of them a little bit, too, because there's a lot of things to say. But with Godzilla being, they're going to go the CG route, it's kind of expected at this point because, as I said, it's a more viable option now. And I'm not upset about it because, for one thing, we had, I love Suitimation, but that's 90% of all of our Godzilla films. Godzilla's always been Suitimation, a guy in a suit and with miniatures. So we'll always have that. And it's kind of nice to see that they're doing something different, which is why I'm excited to see this anime film because it's a Godzilla in a new style. So, with some CG added to it, but still in the anime format. So we'll always have our Suitimation. And I'm not too surprised that they didn't go Suitimation with Shin Godzilla. I mean, I guess they tried, but it didn't work, so they went motion capture for Shin, and with some miniatures, some practical effects in there too. So I'm on board with them going CGI. I mean, practical effects is always welcome, of course, and with them not releasing Godzilla films as frequently as they did, because we looked at the whole series, like they're like in the 70s, 90s, and the early 2000s, there was a Godzilla movie out every single year, and it's funny. And the Millennium series is weird because it was always a remake for some reason, besides two.
Right.
It was always remake, sequel to the remake, and then we had another remake with that. So it was like a weird. I would say the Millennium series, at least in my eyes, it was like a weird time for Godzilla to just remake. Like they weren't happy with anything they were doing. Besides, I guess they had something with Godzilla 2002 and 3. They found something there, and then they went Final Wars. So that the fact that they're going to be taking time to their films, which means we'll get something, a good product at the end of it. It's not just like rushed out. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about it.
No, I agree. I think as far as big budgets go, depending on the cost of the CG, again, I think I agree with everybody here. Suitimation, practical effects, that's what made me fall in love with these movies from the jump. The work on Shinji, as much as I didn't like the movie, is really good. There's no denying that. The special effects look great. Like Matt said, with the exception of a couple of really shoddy shots, the special effects were damn near, great for a giant monster movie. So I'm all for that. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see them take the models from the Bandai Namco game and just like create an old CG movie using those models, because of course that's the Heisei versions, and I'm 100% all for that. That's in my blood. But here's a question I got for you guys. Does Toho release a Godzilla movie in 2019?
They're talking about they're not going to release.
What was that?
What?
I think we lost Chase.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No.
He'll make his try.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. There you are.
They said 2020 is the next Toho Godzilla film. Whether that be the sequel to Shin Godzilla or something different.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's all I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing what Toho.
At least that's what Shinji Higuchi said. So
Shinji Higuchi.
They're gonna have Kong versus Godzilla and a Toho Godzilla movie at the same time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them not doing that.
That's gonna be a year.
Well, yeah. Well, there it is. I guess we are all in agreement with you can make CG movies as long as it looks good, as long as it's fresh. I actually like the idea of the original being the jump-off point for everything, but that's just personal preference. Speaking of anime and CG, this week a new Ultraman trailer dropped for an animated version of the Japanese beloved hero. Lindsay, I'm glad you're on here because, man, you had some Ultraman conversation over the past couple of months. I just started getting into Ultraman, so I'm on this kick right now, and I'm loving it. I'm actually still stuck at Ultra 7. Don't hate me. I moved it. It was crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I mean, you know that I loved the first Ultraman series, and I was absolutely loving Ultra 7, and I really want to see everything else that came afterwards. I just wish they were made available through, legal means. I'll buy them. I don't care. I spend that money on it. But anyway, Ultraman has got an anime coming out, and it was a quick teaser. It looks like it's the manga version of Ultraman.
That's correct, yes.
Which is dope because that costume looks sick. And if I'm not mistaken, that's supposed to be like the son of the original Ultraman host, right?
Yep.
Man, okay. So Lindsay, I'm gonna start with you, being the resident Ultraman fan and fanatic. What's your thoughts on this? How excited are you for this?
Well, beforehand, I was like practically dying when I first saw the trailer for this anime. Honestly, it looks like they're going. Yeah, like it looks like they're going CGI route, but I could be surprised. They could go traditional animation, which I would be on par for. But honestly, as much as I love anime, like I'm not very big on manga unless it truly interests me. So as you can see in my picture right here, I'm only interested in Berserk and basically a few other animes or mangas, like freaking Attack on Titan or the Ultraman manga. But honestly, it took them long enough. I've been waiting for this moment. I'm like, why has it taken so long? The series came out in 2011. Why is it not like an anime already? So I guess better late than never. So that's just my opinion.
I remember them trying an Ultraman anime a long time ago. I mean, the animation back then was good. I loved the way Ultraman looked. Very colorful, and I think it was Hanna-Barbera who got the distribution rights out here. I'm not sure, don't quote me, but I'm almost certain. But yeah, I mean, look, what they've been getting away with in Ultraman as a television show, just using budgeted special effects, has been phenomenal. So with anime now, you could go all over the place with it. Yeah, I can't wait to see how this turns out. Matt, what about you? You got any interest in this?
I literally didn't know this was a thing until like 2 minutes ago. So this is
Thanks for joining us.
Cool. I love anime. I love giant monster fights. I've never actually watched any Ultraman. I'm a little afraid to, just because of like how I've seen some stuff, and it's kind of like watching the Japanese version of the Power Rangers. This looks a little too cheesy for me, but if it's in anime form, I'll give it a fair shot.
Fun fact: Power Rangers are from Japan.
Yeah. Actually, to make a point, if you wanted to start off with something serious, go into the Heisei Ultraman series. Like, if you just want to skip Show, which is arguably probably one of the best running series of the Ultraman series, but it's currently still in Heisei era right now. Like, it's kind of following, the Godzilla formula, basically anything else. But yeah, if you want, like, serious storytelling, start with Ultraman, Tiga, Dyna, and just work your way up from there, man.
But make no mistake about this, man. Make no mistake about this. There are some really solid, thought-provoking episodes in the original Ultraman and absolutely in Ultra 7. I did not, like you, want to watch any of this stuff. I didn't grow up on it. I wasn't like, But when I started to watch it recently, I was like, holy shit, what was I missing? It's really good. There's some deep, deep episodes in there. And the characters are good too. So, yeah. Sean, any thoughts?
Hold on. Let somebody else go. I'm trying to fix something.
No problem. Chase.
For the sake of, I'll get to that later. I will probably check it out because, Godzilla anime coming out, Ultraman anime coming out. However, I have not seen much Ultraman either. I've only seen the Zone Fighter episodes, but that was literally just because of Godzilla. So for the sake of Lindsay not destroying me, I will definitely check out the Ultraman anime because I intend to eventually get into Ultraman when I have the time. But it's one of those things like Netflix. I just don't have the time right now to get into anything on Netflix, and so Ultraman. I mean, I even have the Mothra trilogy, and I've only watched one movie out of that trilogy, and I can't muster myself to watch the other two right now. I've been literally just watching Jurassic Park movies for the past 3 months, literally every night. So, but I am excited for. I wouldn't say excited. I think that would be overstretching it a little bit, and I'd be lying. But I am interested and intrigued with this anime. Just Japan coming out with all these kaiju animes is really interesting to me, and I'm wondering what other things will get anime, aka maybe Gamera.
Ooh, we'll get to that in a second too. Sean, you ready to rock?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Your thoughts on Ultraman anime?
No, he's ready to heavy metal.
So probably the worst person to ask this question about the Ultraman anime because I didn't know this was a thing until now.
Wow, you and Metal Brothers.
It's like, man.
So I'm not a too big fan of anime. I'm gonna watch some and enjoy some. Like I watched Attack on Titan, Death Note. Death Note was really good. I watched some Naruto. So yeah, I've watched some, but I'll check it out. I haven't seen anything with Ultraman either. I'm probably the only one. Yeah, I've not seen anything from Ultraman.
Man, there's got to be some homework done. I'm telling you right now, right, Lindsay?
Yeah, I agree.
We're failing this class.
But for the sake of maybe not getting killed in my sleep, maybe I'll check it out.
Well, we still got a long ways away before that Ultraman anime hits. So
2019.
The Godzilla anime will keep us satisfied. We've got that one coming up on the docket soon. It's already out in Japan. It's some mixed reviews. But then we have the new one's coming out in 2018, which is good. And possibly the third one, it'll come out 2018 also. Who knows? But yeah, all right. Before we keep going, let me just real quick. Gamera, it was his birthday 2 weeks ago. So to give a shout out to the big turtle. Happy birthday to Gamera. Because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have some great episodes. Great movies like Gamera 3 and my personal favorite, Gamera 2, Advent of Legion. So I just want to go down the line here. I'm going to start with you, Chase. What's your favorite Gamera movie?
My favorite Gamera movie is Attack of the Legion. Advent of Legion, however you want to say it. The first Gamera movie I ever watched, actually, was Guardian of the Universe. And I remember I was about 7 years old, and all of a sudden my dad comes running into my room, and he goes, come here. And I'm like, what? And I'm thinking he's trying to show me some new Godzilla movie on the Sci-Fi Channel that I haven't seen yet. And it came out being... because the thing is what I connected it with at first was I heard Godzillasaurus's roar in the distance, and I didn't know what I was watching. I was like, he's probably wanting to show me Godzilla versus King Ghidorah at the time. Well, when I got there and I realized, wait, why does Gamera have Godzillasaurus's roar when I see this monster at the time? That was the first Gamera movie I ever watched, and it was from my dad, just like everything else. And so after that, it was about a few years later, and then I found Gamera Attack of the Legion at Walmart. So I picked that up, watched that, thinking that it was going to be Gamera Guardians of the Universe, because I didn't know at the time what the movie was called. And watched that, and that literally was one of the most awesome Gamera movies to me that I've watched. I love that movie to death. I have so much fun when I watch it, especially because seeing some of the characters in the movie that were in Godzilla films, it was just like big old connection, and it just made Gamera badass. I mean, the ending of that movie when Gamera summons all his mana from the earth and just shoots that nuclear mana ray thing from the Atlantic heaven god deals out of his chest and just destroys the Queen Legion. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. It just blew my mind, and that is my favorite Gamera film.
It also blew the Queen Legion's mind. Lindsay, what's your favorite Gamera movie?
Oh my god, by far, Gamera 3, The Revenge of Iris.
Woo! Ain't mad at you.
Man. Oh, sorry, I thought we were moving on.
No, all you.
Oh, okay. Basically, like the perfect kaiju movie. Its plot is great. Its characters are great. This probably has like one of my favorite incarnations of Gamera. He just looks so menacing in this movie, and the creature design for Iris, like, my God, it's just beyond perfect. In terms of like a favorite moments, like throughout the series, like probably because I'm nostalgic for Showa, and as much as I like Heisei, I do feel that nostalgic feel towards the Showa film. So Gamera versus Giron,
Right.
that's that one I kind of enjoyed, but mostly because for Gamera's acrobatic skills in that movie. Yeah, so that's like kind of one of my favorite moments about it, but definitely Gamera 3 is my favorite.
Gotcha. Matt, what about you, brother?
I would have to say Guardian of the Universe. I didn't see the Heisei trilogy until like maybe 3 years ago.
Oh my God.
Something like that. And so all my previous experience with Gamera was Showa era stuff. And this was the first time that just blew my mind. Like, holy shit, Gamera doesn't have to suck. This is awesome. Things have never been the same since. So yeah, I gotta give it to the first good Gamera movie I ever saw.
Sean, what about you? Favorite Gamera movie?
I tried to watch the Showa series once, but I could not get into it because, I'm gonna be honest with you, the Showa Gamera series is really cheesy. So I couldn't get. I mean, we're talking like some Swiss cheese. So
That's how I am. No worries.
I have seen the original, not the original. I have seen the Heisei trilogy at least once, so my memory's kind of vague right now. Which one was it that he lost his arm, but he like
Gamera 3.
shot man out his arm and did like a falcon punch?
Yeah, that was Gamera 3.
Gamera 3!
Okay, that's my favorite.
Not bad. I look, I love 2. It's I don't know, it's scary. There's something about that one I think had the best miniature work I've seen in a kaiju movie, period. Gamera 3 had the perfect special effects blend. Everything just looked right. I love that movie. I take nothing away from that Heisei trilogy. But my notable mention, I have to throw that in there. I'm not lying when I tell you this. Gamera versus Baragon is one of the not just Gamera films, but one of the best kaiju movies of the Showa era, period. Period. That thing goes up there with, that's like, that would be in a top 5 Showa monster movies for me. Gamera versus Baragon is a really good movie. It's not cheesy at all. It starts to turn cheesy in the next one, Gauss, and even Gauss is still good. After Gauss, it's just downhill. But Gamera versus Baragon, the second Gamera movie ever, that movie is a fucking classic. I love that movie. I watched that movie a lot. Good one. So if y'all haven't seen that one or need to revisit something, just watch that particular one.
Doesn't Baragon shoot like a rainbow beam or something in that one?
That's right.
Yeah.
How is that not cheesy?
That's not, no, when you see it in the
It's also
context.
kind of beautiful, the last scene. And like I agree with Ray. That one's like probably one of the best Showa movies ever to exist.
Yep.
And also, just to throw in like some more stuff, like the original wasn't really that bad either. Like I consider it a good monster flick for its time.
Yep. I agree.
Well, I totally agree with you guys that, you know, the original Gamera and versus Baragon were decent in comparison, but I wouldn't call them like good movies.
No, that Baragon one is top 5 Showa for sure. But
See, it's funny because I own all of the Gamera Showa movies, all of the Gamera movies, and it's funny because I don't own all the Godzilla movies, but I own all the Gamera movies. But I haven't seen all of the Gamera movies, and I didn't realize I got all of them when I bought them. I thought it was the Gamera trilogy, just the 3 movies that I knew. And the only Shaw movie that I've seen was Gamera the Invincible, so I guess the first one. But other than that, I haven't seen much of the Shaw.
No. Well, listen, whenever you have some free time, I implore you, just watch Gamera versus Baragon.
They're all in Japanese.
That's the best part. Read the subtitles.
I need the English dub.
All right, well, happy birthday, Gamera. Thanks for being the number 2 kaiju in Japan. We appreciate you, and you really need to have another movie. Like, seriously, they need to do something there. All right, now we go to that part where we're going to leave Japan alone and come over here to the States and talk about a couple of trailers. We're going to do it in order. So the first trailer that dropped last month, just in time for Justice League, which if you haven't seen it, go check it out, was Rampage. That's right, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's giant monster movie based off of the best-selling video game. I don't know if it's a best-selling video game, but I know it took a lot of my quarters back in the day in arcade, and I still have it for the Sega Master System. Rampage, the movie. Now, I'm going to start this shit off because I don't care what Matt says. I don't care what C. Monty says, who's not even in this podcast. I don't care what the haters say. This right here is going to be, mark my words, the best video game movie ever. Ever. Okay? I'm telling you this shit right now. And it's not because of The Rock. And it's not because of giant monsters. But it is because of both of those things. I'm telling you right now.
It's because of Negan.
Yes. It's because of Negan. It's because of Papa Wayne. This shit looks crazy. I'm dead serious. I was like... I was always on the fence of like, all right, they're making a Rampage movie. How the hell do you make a Rampage movie? Rampage is about... You pick a character, you climb a building, you punch until the building falls. I mean, like, I love the concept.
And you eat people.
You eat people.
Yeah, you eat people. How the hell you make this into a fucking movie? Yep, it's been done, and it looks good. So, I'm super stoked for this. I'm so on board for this. I don't care about you, Tomb Raider, and I'm sorry, Mortal Kombat, but your time has come. Rampage,
until the next Mortal Kombat movie comes out.
No, Rampage, mark my word, is going to be the best video game movie ever. So, being that I name dropped you, Matt, you get to retort.
I don't have much to retort. I think it looks okay. It's gonna be in the same vein as Independence Day Resurgence, where it's just a super dumb, cheesy movie, but it's still kind of fun. And yeah, it looks fun. That's about all I can say. I like giant monsters. I like giant monsters fighting. I like The Rock. I like Negan. I like whoever else is in this movie. I don't have high hopes that it's going to be some highbrow watermark of filmmaking, but it's going to be pretty cool. And I think that's all anybody expects from it.
I hear that. Sean, what about you? Rampage.
Adored the video games. So I'm excited for this, and it does look. The movie looks like dumb fun.
Yep.
That's what it looks like. It looks like dumb fun. I'm ready to see it, and although some of the 2 particular monsters look different, like George, he's a white gorilla now, but I guess they did that for copyright reasons because he'll look like Kong or something, and they changed the lizard into a crocodile, which is cool because there is a crocodile in the Total Destruction game that you can unlock. So, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. It just looks like dumb fun. I don't think it's going to be any masterpiece, but if it is, then it's a masterpiece then. But if not, it's just going to be dumb fun.
I can't. What if Lizzie is in the movie and they just holding out on that? Let's show the crocodile, and the crocodile comes. You think that's the big thing, and the next thing you know, the crocodile's dead. 1, 2, 3, and there's Lizzie. It all is. Yeah, that would be great.
That would be cool.
Lindsay, what about you? What you think of Rampage, the trailer?
It's like, I have no history with this video game. I honestly heard about it like a couple of years ago from my dad, and honestly, the concept seems okay. Like, I'm just gonna agree with everyone right now. It's to me, it just looks more like dumb fun. Like, you just go to see this movie and just admire, like, I guess, people running around in like a green screen room and just like fighting existent monsters or something. But I kind of found it funny with this trailer, like, The Rock doesn't change his like shirt throughout the entire thing. So I'm like, is he wearing the same white shirt during the whole movie?
Costume design must be simple.
Yeah, that's what I said. But I'm just like, okay, you know what? Maybe by the third act he goes like he just takes it off, and I'm okay with that.
Look, I can't lie, I'm okay with that too. But that's just because I watched The Rock for 20 years on wrestling. Chase, what about you, brother?
Oh, dude, that's gonna be movie of the year. No, I don't need my movies to be I don't need my movies to be more than, dumb fun. I don't need something that has to be serious all the time. I don't need a movie that has to be, that has to be something that is impressing to an extent to make simple-minded people enjoy it. If it's the case, then it's not simple-minded, but I'm excited for it. I like my movies to be dumb fun. It's a movie. It's supposed to be a place where I can go, sit down, and watch it, and enjoy myself. I don't need it to be something... Yeah, I don't need it to be something complicated. I don't need it to be something where I have to do mathematical scenarios in my brain to enjoy it. So when seeing this, I was excited. This trailer leaked, and well, when I found it, I put it on my page, and that pushed me over to 10K likes. And then Warner Brothers cracked down on me and asked me very politely but very assuringly to ask me to just take down the video, or else they were going to send some lawyers over. We'll get into that screen. But yes, Warner Brothers contacted me and wanted me to take it down, which I did because I don't have a lawyer, and I'm excited for it. It just looks like fun, and I can't wait till when it comes out. It just looks like tons and tons of fun, and I'm just super, super excited. And even if The Rock doesn't change his shirt, I will still go see it. And just like Claire from Jurassic World, not changing her shoes, wearing her stilettos, or whatever they are the whole entire time, I still think Bryce Dallas Howard is beautiful in that movie, and I still think The Rock is beautiful in his movie, wearing the same dirty, ripped-up shirt. And, that's all I have to say, and I just think George is just going to win us all over, and our hearts are going to be so into this character during the movie, and there's going to be heartfelt moments, and it's just going to be fun. And I'm excited to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I haven't seen Jeffrey Dean Morgan in a movie, I think, ever. And seeing him in this, but the thing is, he has his Negan persona in this, so I'm like, prequel to The Walking Dead. It's just
Before the zombies, there was a giant gorilla.
It's just his Negan attitude is in this film, and I'm just like, it's total Negan, and I'm just excited to see this for both spectrums, and I'm just looking forward to it. I'm all for it. So,
oh well, that's perfect. Before we get into the last topic of the day, I want everybody to take a deep breath. Yeah, I want to say thank y'all all for joining us. Matt being back, and Lindsay, thank you once again for gracing us with your presence. It's about to get ugly, folks. It's about to get ugly because this week, if not Thursday night, we got the first official trailer for the latest installment in the Jurassic Park World saga. Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom trailer has
the Jurassic World trilogy.
Yep. if it goes that far, ladies and gentlemen, if it goes that far, the trailer dropped. Chris Pratt is back. Bryce Dallas Howard is back. Jeff Goldblum's back. And children are back on a dinosaur-infested island. What the hell's going on here? But I digress. I want to send this. I'm going to start this off with you, Chase, because we've been having a conversation all week. Chase,
well,
this
I
is
was
your wheelhouse.
surprised because I remember you and I having a talk about Jurassic Park a while back, and you said it wasn't necessarily your favorite situation to watch or favorite bunch of films, but you enjoyed them because you're into that stuff. So I was surprised when I was mentioning to you about the trailer, and you're excited for it. It made me feel happy because I was like, oh, cool, he's excited. But that's anybody. But this was another thing. I've been watching like a hawk, just trying to find stuff, because that's what Twitter does to you. I've been watching many things, many leaks. There were some things that I saw that were out before the trailer that weren't just little teasers that they were showing. So I saw this, and I'm excited. I've literally been watching Jurassic Park, Jurassic World films, not in order, but the Jurassic franchise I've been watching every single night since about the end of September. And I mean literally every single night. That's what I do. When I go home or whatever it is, take my shower, go to bed, put in Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World, whatever is on my mind, whatever I want to watch. I've been pumping myself up for this movie also because of the video game that's coming out. And I'm excited for this movie. However, the trailer, even though the trailer is claiming to only show the first half of the film, the first 57 minutes, that's what Colin Trevorrow is saying. I still feel like there are some things that they showed that didn't need to be showed, and I feel like they may have showed a little bit too much. But it's not something that I'm completely upset about. It's just, as usually always, they show something that I would rather have seen in the movie when I go to see it. I think the premise of the movie, even though that's also been announced that it is not the actual complete premise, this movie has basically two plot, as hopefully most movies will. But I like I'm probably going to be the minority, but I have no issue with the plot of the movie, with them trying to go back to the island and rescuing the dinosaurs from their extinction. I like that plot. I like the humanity of that plot. I think it's interesting. I think, I have no problem with it. If it requires them going back to an island and there's dinosaurs, I'll deal with it. There could have been worse plots. I mean, if they just went back to the island to just save Blue or to just retrieve Chris Pratt's backpack, then maybe we would have some sort of problem. But I don't mind this plot. I'm looking very forward to it. J.A. Bayona, I'm actually kind of a little bit intrigued to what he's wanting to do with this. The movie does it. This movie to me, for some reason, feels like a more traditional Jurassic than Jurassic World, and that is basically for obvious reasons. They're going back to an island and they're trying to survive not only the island but the dinosaurs that inhabit it. I'm also super excited for the amount of dinosaurs that they're using in this film. Frankly, there are going to be a lot that are just cannon fodder, but I still am glad to see them. Just like the Ceratosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 when they're digging through the dino crap and he comes up, smells them, and is like, "Oh, you guys stink," and walks away. I love seeing that. I love seeing stuff like that. It just makes me have more imagination to what this island is. Just like in, Kong Skull Island, the variety of animals they did show, whether or not they were cannon fodder or not, I still was interested in the fact knowing that there are these creatures that exist on this island. And the same with Jurassic Park. I know, they have the Suchomimus and the Baryonyx, and and the Allosaurus apparently, and Carnotaurus. I'm excited to see those dinosaurs. But yes, I guess my gripe would be is just I feel like they may have shown a little bit too much than they could have waited a little bit. But I'm looking forward to it.
Sean, your thoughts on that Jurassic World 2 trailer?
Alright, so I absolutely love the original Jurassic Park, love Steven Spielberg, most of all his movies he's done, but Jurassic Park is my number one favorite Spielberg movie, and Jurassic Park was pretty much my gateway to Godzilla. Like, when I was like 4 years old when I watched that movie, like if I wasn't into dinosaurs, I probably wouldn't be into Godzilla. So I have many thanks to Jurassic Park. And John Williams' score, the special effects in that movie are amazing. So I've always been a fan of Jurassic Park. I even have a soft heart to the sequels. Jurassic Park 3 and The Lost World. I have a soft spot for those films. Even though they're nowhere near as good as the original, I still have a soft spot for them.
JP2 is my favorite Jurassic franchise movie.
And I do really like Jurassic World, even though there are some weird things in that movie, like all of a sudden these kids' parents are getting divorced, and then they never mention it ever again. That chick is out running a T-Rex in high heels.
I hate that.
What is that about? And the
Hey,
film,
don't question Bryce Dallas Howard's superpowers.
36 miles an hour, and she's out running it in high heels.
Yeah.
Okay. But the fight at the end with the T-Rex, the Raptor fighting the Indominus, with the Mosasaur involved too. Now that was awesome, but when you think about the Mosasaur jumped out of the tank to get the Indominus, which means that Mosasaur was never in the tank. Like the Mosasaur at any moment in time could have jumped out and grabbed a
section. Fuck, I guess the whole section.
When you think about it, he jumped out and get the Indominus, which means he could have easily jumped down and ate somebody at any moment in time. So that was also really weird.
Way to go, security.
So to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, after watching, I was excited for it, of course, but I wasn't as excited until I saw these two particular trailers. There's the behind the scenes trailer where they announced that they're doing more practical animatronics, and I saw like the giant Rexy animatronic. I'm like, that is so cool. I got even more excited after seeing the trailer. I'm even way more excited for. I think it's like my number one anticipated film for next year now. And I do agree with Chase saying that they probably showed a little too much in the trailer, like especially when the Carno, whatever that dinosaur's called, is charging in at the sphere ball, and Rexy comes in and kills it.
Hey, she doesn't kill him. She doesn't kill him. She steps on him.
Okay. Well, anyway, I was actually live streaming using the PlayStation 4 to live stream. I was watching it live. And you can go back and see this reaction. I was like, that was so cool. Then later I was like, I really wish they didn't show that. That would have been an awesome surprise. So, but I'm not upset about it, but it still would have been a cool surprise. You know, it's sitting in the seat, that thing's charging at him, and like Rexy comes and grabs it or steps on it, whatever she does.
Yeah.
And like does her magnificent roar. That would have been a cool surprise. So I do think they showed a little too much. Even though it is, as they claim, in the first, 57 minutes, which I feel like is still too much. Still too much.
Oh, yeah.
And I do like the plot that the island's exploding. I think that's cool. That's something we haven't seen. Our characters always had to survive what was on the island, but they never had to survive what's on the island and the island exploding. The island is exploding. Like, that's like taking, like, anything Michael Bay has done and, like, you know what I mean? Michael Bay saw, like, you know, like buildings explode, said a toaster explode, an Xbox explode. We never had an island explode before.
Take that, Michael Bay.
Take that. So I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited. And I hope that it's a little better than Jurassic World. You know, considering Jurassic World had, like, some weird, you know, outrunning a T-Rex, parents getting divorced, and the mosasaur.
Yeah, I agree. Lindsay.
I'm pretty much on board with what everyone has said. Pretty much, like, I agree that the trailer kind of showed too much. You know, when I was watching it, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I mean, like, I like Chris Pratt, so like anything he's in, I'm excited for automatically. And you know, the moments between Blue and him were kind of sweet. And I agree that moment when the Carnotaur was like chasing them or something, and then Rexy just comes and like kind of kills it and steps on it. I'm like, oh, I didn't need to see that because I was just under the assumption that she died at the end. Like, I know they showed at the end of Jurassic World, they showed her, you know, on top of the building, but I just assumed she died from like injuries. But I'm like, oh, that just kind of ruined the surprise, like seeing that she's still alive. But other than that, I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see it.
Short, sweet, and to the point. Matt.
Well, I'll start this off by apologizing to you, Chase, because I know you're very excited for this movie. But I'll make it up to you because my cat, Buttons, has joined us.
Buttons! Buttons!
Yeah. But yeah, I fucking hated Jurassic World so much. I hated that movie, and this one looks even worse. It looks...
Oh.
There's cheesy for, you know, just like, oh, this would be cool and fun, and then there's like playing off of people's nostalgia, and then there's just dumb choices, and I think this is just in the dumb choices category. I hate everything about where this is going. I mean, it's cool they got Jeff Goldblum back. That, I think, alone is worth me giving it a shot, but it's it looks so bad.
It probably has like one scene.
I hate the cast. I hate the story. I hate everything about it. I think Bryce Dallas Howard, again, sorry, Chase, she looks like a marionette puppet.
Wow.
I don't buy the Chris Pratt is going back just to save Blue kind of thing. Like, why is the guy who had only experience training the Velociraptors and then the executive chick heading up the flight to go save the dinosaurs? Why isn't this being outsourced to some other larger company that, like, maybe some mercenaries or something? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be cannon fodder soldiers all around, but, like, why are they there? Maybe they should just be doing that, like, remotely or something like that, you know, via Skype or Google Hangouts.
Just send in the friggin' Boy Scouts.
Exactly. I don't. So I saw it and I was just, I hated it. I hated it all. And I hated the whole, like, let's post a bunch of mini trailers to get people excited for the real trailer. I feel like the marketing dude just did big old rail of Coke, and like, that's a good idea.
Especially, well, I will agree that, especially when most of the mini trailers shown weren't in the actual trailer.
Oh, man.
I hate when they do, like, teaser trailers for a trailer. It's just, give me the trailer, please. Just, that's all. That's, like, surprise me with the trailer. Like 10 Cloverfield Lane, that just came out of nowhere.
Yep.
And it was like, holy shit, this looks awesome. I'm excited now. And I just get kind of annoyed if there's, like, a bunch of little teasers leading up to a teaser. I just feel like I don't get the point of that. And
see, that's all it's going to be now is just little teasers leading up to your next favorite movies, Matt.
It's true. Honestly, I love the first Jurassic Park. I'll say that. I think it is. I'm a pretty harsh movie critic most of the time. Ray can attest to this.
Oh, well, we can tell right now.
Give any movie a 10, but I think the original Jurassic Park is worthy of a 10 in my book. And I think this is the only franchise out of all the franchises that should have just stopped. after the first one, just like one and done. I hated every single sequel since then. It's just, they've all been just so terrible. And at this point, I'm just more interested in seeing a normal day at Jurassic Park, like about a family just going through a little thing, just like going on a day-long adventure, seeing some dinosaurs in some cages or something like that. And that sounds far superior to the shit they're churning out now.
Not for nothing.
Or I'm interested in seeing, like, right around the time Jurassic 3 came out, they were planning on doing Jurassic Park 4, and that's when all, like, it was stuck in development hell, and they were, like, thinking, oh, maybe we can do, like, dinosaur-human hybrids and make it a military story. That sounds cool as shit. So either give me the dinosaur-human hybrid thing, or give me a normal day at the park. Give me everything, or give me fucking nothing. I don't want this halfway in the middle, in between bullshit they're trying to pass off now. I don't want it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, man, I don't know if you're going to match that passion tomorrow on the Geek Out, but if not, I'm going to snippet this and drop it in there because you were on fire just now, my man. Jesus Christ, bro.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, man, well...
I feel like you loved dinosaurs as a kid, and you brought a dinosaur to school, and then were bullied because of it. Because that's where my hatred would come from, the hatred that you have.
No, I've always just hated all this, like, Jurassic Lost World is a slog to get through. Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, that's my favorite one, man. That's my favorite one.
3 was cool as a kid, but rewatched it recently, and I was like, holy shit, this is a chore to get through. And then I've actively hated Jurassic World. A lot of the reasons that Sean brought up, plus more that I don't remember because I haven't seen it since it came out. But
you're telling me
they outran T-Rex, and they clocked it 32 miles an hour, and she's gonna outrun it in heels.
Yeah. I still...
Marionette trains pulling her the whole way.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you, first off, all of y'all are wrong. Jurassic Park 1 is a snooze fest. It's boring. Period. Second worst Spielberg movie ever made. First being AI. Oh, wow, y'all got real quiet. I'm joking, guys. I don't like Jurassic Park 1. I really don't like Jurassic Park 1. It's a cool spectacle. I remember seeing it in the theaters when it came out. I was excited because I love dinosaurs. And yeah, Sean, you too, like, I think we're all in agreements here. Dinosaurs is what got me into Godzilla, so that was perfect. So I was super stoked for Jurassic Park, went to see it in the theaters, and I was like, yeah, no. Because I want this shit to blow up, and nothing did, and I wasn't impressed. The giant dinosaurs running amok, it looks good, but nothing happened. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit movie. I did have a lot more fun in The Lost World, and I did have a lot more fun with Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic World... Yeah, I can't get by running in high. I hate that. I fucking hate that. Like, I really wish the dinosaurs, I wish the T-Rex would have eaten her. Because that annoyed the shit out of me to no end. And I know that's a nitpick, but come on, people, for crying out loud. Dinosaurs were real at one point in time, right? People are real. High heels are real. But you ain't outrunning a dinosaur on high heels. Don't make no damn sense. I was just that bothered me. As far as this trailer goes, though, when the hell did the island become a volcano, an active one? It's never mentioned in any of the films. Oh yeah, by the way, we're sitting on a dormant volcano. No,
I think. Well, I don't know.
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way. Yeah, Mother Nature found a way. She said, "You know what? I'm tired of this genetic shit. Boom, kill everything. Fucking wipe out." I'm sick of it. I would have, I swear to God, I would have bought this more than, well, the island just became a volcano. I would have bought this more. The trailer starts off, and NASA's examining space in an asteroid belt, and they're like, oh my God, there's an asteroid heading directly for, Island M, or whatever the hell the island's called. We must save the dinosaurs. And then kick off into high gear. Because that's such a ludicrous fucking thing. I would have bought it hook, line, and sinker. But... as far as a couple of cool visuals, I will say the one thing I really did enjoy about this trailer was the music. That was it. I like the way I like the way they synthesized almost the Jurassic Park theme. And yeah, that was my favorite part of this whole thing. Chris Pratt looked like, this is gonna be awesome. Oh, it's not. What the fuck? Seriously? We're standing on an active volcano full of fucking dinosaurs and this is gonna be awesome? You're out of your mind! You're out of your mind. Why are there kids back on an island? A dangerous fucking place. There is an active volcano and we bring children back. Why? Unless that kid is Doogie Howser.
There aren't kids on an island. There's one of Bryce Dallas Howard's her organization that she has. It's a someone who's helping her with that. The kids in the movie, the trailer that you see, they're on the mainland in this, which is basically going to take part in the second half of the film.
What I'm saying is that I understood that, but he looked like a kid. He looks like a teenager.
Oh no, he does. He does. And I knew nothing about this character or actor when everything was coming out. He basically was a surprise to me when I saw him. I was like, who the hell is that? And I don't feel like he needs to be in it. I feel like he's only in it for a comedic relief, and that's even if he's really funny.
And again, no, Chris Pratt's your comic relief. I agree with Matt. Why is Bryce Dallas Howard even there? Why is the executive of the company that went to shit on an island trying to save dinosaurs? They need Monarch. That's what they need.
And the reason why Bryce Dallas Howard is in it is because her character development. Because in Jurassic World, she didn't care about the dinosaurs, and now she does.
Yeah, but she doesn't have to be on. I'm telling you right now, because I'm going to go see this movie, as I'm sure Matt's going to go see this movie, but I'm telling you this now. If she is wearing high heels and runs,
I'm done.
I'm going to demand my money back. I'm out of the theater. Give me my money.
I actually think in the trailer it shows her wearing Converse.
Like she better be. It better be a decision.
Barefoot sandals. Anything's more convincing than fucking high heels.
Serious. It just drives you crazy. And it's, again,
I just thought of another thing. So, at the end of Jurassic World, I guess they kind of teased that Chris Pratt and, what's her name?
Bryce Dallas Howard?
Claire.
That their characters were going to get together. Now the trailer's promoting that they're not together. What is this bullshit?
Well, the movie takes place 7 years after the first Jurassic World.
Well, there should be 7 years of marriage.
A lot happens in 7 years.
It's like at the end of Jurassic Park where they teased that the two other characters are going to get together, and in Jurassic Park 3 they're not together.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. She's married with kids of her own. Oh, listen, we ragged on Jurassic Park. We're a little overboard here. I want to say thank you all for joining me today. We're going to wrap this up. So, Chase, thank you, brother.
Oh, as always, it was a pleasure being here. It was so great having Matt and Lindsay back. I had fun talking to you guys again. Even though if your opinions may be different, it is still fun being around here with you guys. So,
absolutely.
I love them.
Sean, thanks for joining us again, man.
Thank you for having me again, and it's nice to meet you, Matt and Lindsay.
Oh, yeah, you too, dude.
Yeah, you too.
Matt, see you tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. Thanks for having me. Good to be back. I appreciate this, my rant not getting heated and it getting into like a full-blown...
It only gets heated when we talk about Shin Godzilla.
This is true.
And now we have Lindsay, too, and you two both are Shin Godzilla fans. Yeah, we gotta, carry on.
Part 2.
Oh my God, we went through that numerous times. It'd be so many. I tried to play nice, I didn't shit on Godzilla today. There's one. Lindsay, I love you. Thank you for joining us again, the first lady of the G Show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it's good to be back. I had lots of fun.
And of course, you guys out there.
Come back for more.
Yep. You guys out there, thank y'all for joining us. Next month, I don't know, hopefully we'll have news on when we're going to get to see the Godzilla anime over here on Netflix. And again, Chase is on the case as always. So, that'll do it for this
Detective Chase.
Yeah.
Paw Patrol quote?
Was that a what?
Paw Patrol quote?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there a Chase in Paw
Yeah,
Patrol?
Paw Patrol, because the dog's name is Chase.
Oh my god. That's it. All the subscribers are gone. We got to end this on a high note. Fuck Shin Godzilla.